Come around, listen in and join the fun. Learning as we go, new words and stories. Adventures begun. Let's open up the pages. Don't have far to look. It's all in a book. Ruthy's Reading Room. Ruthy's Reading Room. Ruthy's Reading Room. Ruthy's Reading Room.
Why, hello, little readers. Welcome to Ruthy's Reading Room. I'm Ruthy, and this is my buddy Jah. He's my favorite stuffy, and he's joining us for story time today. And I'm so glad you're here too. All my little readers join us every story time to hear another great picture book. So, if you're ready to read, stay right here. But if you've joined us today and you don't already have your stuffy or blankie, I'm going to invite you to run and get that. Or some reading buddies, and you can all listen to the story together. Run and come back now. All right, I see my little readers are coming on back. Maybe some of you are a little shy, but don't worry, I won't bite. You can sit on the carpet in front of me, or maybe you want to snuggle up with your caregiver. That's okay too. You can enjoy this book with the person you love. All right, let's ask the question on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Which book is coming off the shelf next? Let's see. All right, I have it here. Jah is helping me. This book is called, let's read it together, Jayla's Jaunts, Agog and Awe in Arkansas. All right, this book, come on, you guys know now, this is the 4th book in the series. This book was written by Senyah Haynes, and do you remember the special thing about her name? That's right, it's a palindrome. So Senyah is the word Haynes spelt backwards. Pretty cool, huh? I think her parents were pretty clever. And now she's an author. And the illustrations were drawn by Jessica Caterino. Yeah, we're getting to know some of these authors, right? When they come back into Ruthy's Reading Room and I get to read more and more of their books. It's awesome. All right. So we've been working through the various states that start with the letter A. And this is the last one for a little bit, I think. And that's okay. We've had so much fun learning about the states that start with the letter A. How many of you can remember some of the other states? Let's see. Let's go back in our memory bank. What was one of them? All right, Alabama. Good job. Anybody else? Yep, last time we read about Arizona. Good job, and we're missing one. Alaska. Awesome, Benjamin. Great job. And today we're going to Arkansas. All right, we're getting all excited, but let's make sure we're all ready to read the book. Okay? Let's put our listening ears on and put our hands in our lap. Awesome. And I'm going to check to make sure we're all quiet. Okay, we've got our binoculars. Oh, wow. Great job. Everyone's quieting down. Good job. Yep, nudge your neighbor. Time to listen. Awesome. So we're ready to go. All right, what do we do when we want to find out what a book is about? We've got to read the book. Yes, we do. And I'm ready to go, and so are you. I'm excited, little readers. Let's dive in to 2020, the year that the cry, Black Lives Matter, continued and the whole world heard it. To the world, please keep listening. Awesome, awesome start to the book. It's dusk and Jayla, a bubbly, bouncy, bright-eyed, buoyant, big ideas, big dreams, never bashful little girl, is catching fireflies. Oh, who likes to catch fireflies in a jar and see their lights light up? She is fascinated by the way their lights blink on and off. Exploring her curiosity is the greatest fun-making ever. Sitting in Jayla's favorite backyard tree is her Auntie Yah-Yah whistling a tune. Jayla looks up in surprise because she thought she was alone. Isn't that fun? Look at Auntie Yah-Yah up in the tree. I thought only the kitties get to climb trees. Giggling, Auntie Yah-Yah says, "Oh my, it seems you've spied a whistling aunt who's come to take you on a little jaunt." Yay, it's adventure time with Auntie Yah-Yah. Her adventures are so much fun. Auntie Yah-Yah tosses down her tiny glittered purse that sparkles as if it makes its own sunlight and invites Jayla to take a peek. "Pull out the globe, it's yours for the taking. Let me know the next trip we'll be making." Jayla pulls out Auntie Yah-Yah's giant magic globe that in no ordinary way should be able to fit inside that tiny glittered purse. She points and shouts, "Arkansas, Auntie! We're going to Arkansas today." And guess what, little readers? We get to go too! Hooray! Auntie Yah-Yah is ecstatic. I do believe that Arkansas is the last A state. Oh, the fun we're going to have. I can hardly wait. Jayla, let your little friends go, then come up here with me. I can't think of a better starting point than the tippy top of this tree. Jayla opens her mason jar, and her fireflies seek their freedom into the night. Then up the tree she goes, and she and her auntie disappear. Whoosh, like magic. Jayla opens her eyes and looks around. The first thing she notices is that her Auntie Yah-Yah has turned into an elder woman. You know what that means. She's about to teach, right? She always transforms when she is about to teach Jayla something. You know you've been following along in the series because when she's an elder woman, she's about to impart some knowledge. They sit in a tree across the street from a building, Central High School. There's noise in the street below. People are yelling and hissing and carrying on. Hundreds of people are gathered with flags and signs, screaming at a group of teenagers who are being escorted into the building by soldiers. Oh, that sounds pretty serious. The elder speaks. "I know sometimes it's hard to see, but this is our country's history. It was 1957, the middle of the 20th century, and things were pretty hostile, as you can plainly see. Those 9 very brave teens were integrating an all-white school. The laws had changed, but locals didn't want to follow the new rules." That would be pretty hard. Those are the groundbreakers, right? The ones who went before us and paved the way. Now it's not so odd that black kids go to the same school with the white kids, right? We see that every day. But imagine being that first group of black kids crossing that barrier where they weren't allowed to go before. Wow, they were very brave indeed. Now we've seen something similar to this before, but let me break it down. These teens were from this neighborhood, not another side of town, so they rightfully should have gone to this school, which had better resources, newer books and supplies, more money spent on students' courses. Jayla thinks about adventures with her Auntie Yah-Yah in the past. She has learned about these kinds of separations before. And my little readers have heard me read books about Black history before, right? And heard about such separations? Yeah. The laws of the land mandated separate but equal. But in practice, that wasn't true. When people of color were given separate facilities, the quality suffered too. That's right, black kids were supposed to get educated as well, but they weren't getting the same quality of education. The signs read, "Go back to Africa, Negroes. Stop the race mixing." The screaming eagles of the 101st Airborne escorted those children and kept them from harm. Those young folks risked their lives for an equal education. And that was life in the early years of integration. You, my darling, enjoy so much in your world today because the Little Rock Nine and others like them paved the way. Exactly what I was talking about before, little readers. And we should honor those and remember those who came before us. Come, child, Auntie Yah-Yah, the elder says. She snaps her fingers, and they are in another place. I want to talk about a lady whose roots are here in Arkansas. She was involved in politics and also helped try to change laws. Dr. Jocelyn Elders was the 16th Surgeon General for President Clinton in '93. That means she was the nation's top doctor, and she worked to impact policy. That's amazing, Dr. Elders. Jayla asked her aunt, "What's policy?" Auntie Yah-Yah the elder thinks a moment. Well, policy as I mean it here is a set of ideas and thoughts. They turn into plans and then into action and often into laws. Now, Dr. Elders was outspoken on matters. One could say she was ahead of her time. She said some things that were unpopular, and the president asked her to resign. That means to step down from her job. But that was nowhere near the end of her. Dr. Elders was on a mission. She found work in other places and improved health wherever folks would listen. She wrote a book and told her story. Isn't a book the best way to get your story across? I think so. We learn so much together. She was a professor. She was on TV. She knew her truth and spoke her mind. We should celebrate women of her kind. Yes, we should, little readers. Auntie Yah-Yah the elder has given Jayla a mighty lot to think about, and now she is finished teaching for the day. She creates a familiar swirl of light, and in a moment her youth has returned to her. Jayla watches this all in wonder. Imagine watching someone you know go from being a young person to an elder and back to a young person again. That's pretty cool. Auntie Yah-Yah digs into her tiny glittered purse that sparkles as if it makes its own sunlight and pulls out her giant magic globe. Well, take a good look and tell me, are there any states that start with the letter B? Jayla stares at the globe and then shakes her head. Well, look again. How about C? Auntie Yah-Yah says. In her most bubbly, bouncy, bright-eyed, buoyant, big ideas, big dreams, never bashful sort of way, Jayla shouts, "California!" as she looks at the globe. Oh, really? It's time for the Golden State? Well, take my hand. I can hardly wait. Neither can I. I'm sure there's so much to learn about California. We'll grab a change of clothes along the way. Why go home now when we can stay out and play? I like how Auntie Yah-Yah thinks. Let's keep the fun coming. Jayla and her Auntie Yah-Yah are back in the tree across from Central High School. Jayla looks down and sees 9 students sitting on the steps waving up at her. There's Minnie Jean, Jefferson, Carlotta, Ernest, and Thelma. There's Elizabeth, Gloria, Terrence, and Melba. Jayla waves back. Goodbye, Little Rock 9. Thank you for paving my way. Auntie Yah-Yah clears her throat loudly to remind Jayla she's forgetting something. Jayla shouts from the top of the tree, "Goodbye, Dr. Elders, and goodbye, Arkansas." Auntie Yah-Yah snaps her fingers, and a flurry of sparkles sweeps them out of the tree, and they travel through space and time. The end, little readers. I always love reading the Jayla Jaunts series books. They're so exciting. You get to move through space and time and go to different states, and the fun's not over yet, so keep tuning in. There'll be more to add to this series. I'm so glad you joined us in Ruthy's reading room for this awesome book. And remember to check in the description below so that you can click on the link to purchase this book. All right? And remember, the best place to read is wherever you are with the book. And if you do enjoy reading with Jaw and he's right here. Please remember to subscribe, give us a thumbs up, and hit that notification bell. We love reading together with you, and we hope you read along with us every story time. Happy reading, little readers. Goodbye.
Ruthy's read it.